Hello there, Internet. I am your host, the J-Man. Welcome you all back to some Let's Play Xenogears. We left off, we climbed the Babel Tower, which is not the Pizza Tower. And fought against Ramses, and I had a mental breakdown. Do the Hollow Dory dance. Oh yeah, I finally made something I always wanted to make for somebody. Oh yeah, funny thing about the Ramses. So, Ramses gear. Sorry to do this, but Ramses' gear is the one on the back. I have a question. Where is this picture taken? If it's even a real theory? Is that North America or Japan? Because those trees look very American, but so in Japan, I don't know if that's the same mountain. But there's a place called Sado Mine, which is like a gold mine of gold and silver mine in Japan. And this mine was the inspiration for the dueling peaks in Zelda. Oh yeah, I finally beat, but just barely, I finally beat Bathos. And I also did some more recently older Armored Core games. I remember that, yeah, there were weird tutorials in the original Armored Core series. But those were PS1 games. Again, this music right here, God. Can't we go through the door down below? But yeah, if anyone knows where that place is, let me know in the comments. Unless you know it's like the beginning of the guy gets an Earthbound, in which no, it's not a real place, and I'm gonna be so fucking disappointed. Communications are up. Lock clear. Oh, money? What just happened? What the hell? E. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully when I get home. Hopefully, balls. Damn it, I just accidentally killed myself. I hate it when that happens. Hey, maybe I'm depressed as hell right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to make self-deprecation jokes. Yeah. So, I think I said this before that, oh yeah, I said it plenty of times, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna be doing thumbnails for this LP. It's both to save time and because, I just think it'll fit the context of this, and who knows? Maybe random people who play this game like I am will find this LP, and maybe need to take notes themselves. Yeah. But yeah, I might keep calling my girlfriend about this relationship. Uh, I had a dream for quite some time. I wanna blow up Mars to mess with Elon Musk. Is there anything now regrettable? I just think it'll be funny. I wanna blow up Mars to mess with Elon Musk. Yeah. Oh no, this section. Yeah. God damn. The platforming in this game is terrible. Oh yeah, I think I might have told you guys I had like a weird idea for a mech game of my own. Well, here's the thing about this. So I'm not a game developer myself, and I don't know any game developers. But I had an idea for like a RPG, heavily inspired by this game, but also maybe Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. What I called Red Dreamers. Basically, it takes place in an alternate, like, I wouldn't say like political. And alternate. My pitch of this is calling it an urban science fiction. Because there's so much urban fantasy, I want to know what urban science fiction is like. Basically, I even like came up with an idea for a lore. My But basically, into someone like gun control kind of started having some, or basically, this alternate history is where the U.S. finally had issues with guns, decided just to outlaw sales of ammo rather than like buy out self-gain. I know it's like a weirdly elaborate story and kind of controversial, but there's a reason for that. So I was coming up with these ideas, like I always like wanted to make an RPG, a JRPG type game since high school, but by the time I started coming up with the actual story and the gameplay, the story was when the Parkland shooting happened. And you can tell why I changed, because I'll explain why later. I'll explain why. So basically, there's some rogue, like, terrorist organization going around that, and the U.S. government is requiring that their members be killed on sight because they're deemed too dangerous to live. When the terrorist attacks the main character's high school, Don't worry. But the girl, well, having enough of them decides to do something about it. And that's basically the main character. Audrey, yeah, like this is I also kind of want to make the story like deliberately avoid using as many generic archetypes and tropes as I can. For one, there's no destiny. The closest I have, they're selected by the government to do this project. The other is God damn it, I forgot I was talking. Oh yeah, the other is amnesia, because I couldn't find a way to implement it into the story, and because, well, it's just a done by number trope that I don't know how I could implement it. And hello. But that's where I started coming up with ideas for how these characters work. The main character, of course, being like the well-balanced character. Audrey, who, of course, yeah, is like a lighthearted, girly girl teen, obsessed with anime and manga. Pretty much a gender bent me, but more lighthearted. And it's a being the leader, which she kind of doesn't feel like it. Her boyfriend, Sean, who acts as the mage. Sean uses a experimental laser pistol, which is not meant to be a weapon. He made it to try and help, using it more like a construction tool, but was forced to use it as a weapon during the attack on his school. His gun is called the Wife, which is short for wind, ice, fire, and electricity. Wind to like dry things, fire to like cause burning or and melts things. Ice for freezing and electricity to which I use for the element system. It was the closest thing I had to a mage, to making a mage type character. However, remember what I said about how I wanted to set it all, where I started altering my ideas a lot because of the Parkland shooting? This was why. Originally, he was supposed to use guns, but you gotta remember, this is a high school, and I didn't want to have that implication. There's a darker theory to this character. And yes, Audrey Sean, yes, they were not named after the fact. I had the names Audrey and Sean for some old videos long before JMod was even a concept. Long before I even had a good gaming PC. So then there is Evan, who Remember that friend that got me to Devil May Cry? I named after this character. Evan being like the comic relief character loosely based on Ryuji from Persona 5. Which I was getting into at the time. Imagine Ryuji is the fighter who is like who uses a lot of his fists and hit and tries to replicate fighting moves from fighting games. In fact, his weapons are just equipable items. And it turns out he kind of has like a soft side to him. Basically, he has a younger disabled brother who and he got fired from his job after he beat up a customer from a burger place because he beat up a customer who said a ableist slur to who said a slur towards a mentally handicapped customer. And then finally, like, of course, there's like other party members joined. Basically, what happens is when the terrorists say it, the looter terrorists that attack their school, they do probably the most fucked up thing I could think of. They threw the terrorist. Well, they killed all the terrorists inside the building there by accident. But Evan decides the best thing he could do: throw the terrorists off of the school's building to his death. Which, of course, caught Audrey and Sean off guard. And that's when the news chopper notices them. And that's but rather than go to jail, the government, the president of the United States, handpicks them to be part of their Young Dreamers project to try and get them to handle terrorists. Yeah, not the best thing, but I just want like an excuse to why they did it. Basically, they say bye to the families, and well, the first was Oklahoma City, where the terrorists planning to finish the job that the other terrorists failed to do. And so the Oklahoma State Police Department know what's up with them. And again, this is going to be important for much later. Sends in a professional of theirs to help them out. And of course, the government allows them to join them for the Young Dream Project. Their cop's name is Frank Easton. Yeah, I was going to call him Frank Weston. No, and I felt like that was referencing a certain journalist that covered wars, you know. And that's where the gun stuff comes in. As you can tell, I really liked Billy and his ammo count. I can't think of a... And as I said, Sean was supposed to be the gun user, but after what happened at Parkland, I changed it to make it an adult, but this time be a police officer, and there'd be a reason why he conserves ammo. Basically, they storm the base, and basically, when he kills the terrorist, or execute, he lists all the crimes he did. It's kind of inspired by the scene from the death battle where the death battle between the Terminator versus RoboCop. Basically, there's a scene I saw in this fight that I just thought was awesome. Basically, like during this fight, RoboCop starts listing all. I never seen any of the RoboCop movies, but there's a scene where RoboCop starts listing all the crimes that the Terminator is doing: property damage, resisting arrest, assaulting an officer, murderer. Your hot chickens here. Basically, the cop Frank, he'll say this: I kind of like having a kind of a mishmash of characters. Obviously, gameplay-wise, he's Billy, but gameplay, but story-wise, a weird mishmash of Taka from Danganronpa-ish, in that he's like that one guy who's like takes the law so seriously. No, he's not Scottish. Katsuya from Persona 2. Yes, I'm actually one of the 5 people that actually played Persona 2. And Ziggurat from Xenosaga. No, I am not calling him Ziggy. That name is Dem. Of course, that's when Audrey's land. Yeah, Audrey, very can tell Audrey's an orphan. I said I tried avoiding most tropes, but but there's another reason why Audrey. That's one that her parents were killed. Her parents died several years ago and was raised by her aunt. But Audrey doesn't really like her aunt very much. And her aunt is basically... Oh wait, I think that happens later. I'll tell you later. Basically, at that part, they go to the UK where they run into a British thief who is named Alex. I'll let you guys take a guess as to what movie I was referencing that I never saw. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But basically, she basically ends up letting him stay at her place. That actually isn't hers. It's an old guy that she almost killed but tells her that. But she says, but spared him under the condition that he lives with her, that she lives with him. And the old guy tells her that, oh. And that's when Alex starts hitting on Sean. And Sean being a and Ev. However, that's when the plot thickens. And it's revealed that basically the British half was that some guy used to be a member of her father's gang, but her father died. Yeah, there's a lot of dead parents in this universe. But it turns out that the old man that Alex is living with was actually her grandfather. and her dad ran away from him when he was a young age, but and before they had Alex I joined him. That's when Paula shows up. Paula, as said, is the aunt of Audrey, and basically her name is meant to be referenced to Palutena. That's how I always imagine Palutena being the flirtatious and MILF type character. And that's what Paula is, an alcoholic-ish that Anne works as a nurse at a hospital. And her ability is that she's a she uses scalpels and syringes that double not only for damage, but they also heal, depending on what. I always thought that the idea of using a syringe for stabbing people sounded so cool, and I can't think of a lot of media that actually does that. If someone has, let me know in the comments. But then here's where things get very awkward. It turns out she and Frank dated at one point, and that they did not get along very well. Audrey. Yeah, we're getting lots of ammo here. But then one idea is that they go to Seattle and they fight off some more. Was like on their boats. They fight like a Paris who claimed like more like a pirate. That would only cause wrecks at sea. And that's when they run to like a rival group called the Bitches. Now, there's a meaning for this. The Bitches were all named after dogs my family had in the past. That I had when I was a kid. I don't want to say my name. Basically, I'll call them by their code names. Schnauzer, who's named after a major Schnauzer that I had that died very unexpectedly in 2018. Like, they were healthy one moment, the next thing I know, they were dying. Schnauzer is a, I can't believe I'm saying this, lolly type character. Oh, more like a flat chest one, but yeah, the whole shtick that they dress like all this sexily and Audrey like questions why they dress like strippers. I guess why they dress like strippers? Then there's a yellow lab, who is a sniper, and very, very intelligent. Right, she's like a very intelligent one. There's white lab named after a dog that basically there was one dog my family had that basically used to be my parents, but long before I was even born, but this dog, when my grandparents were alive, this dog would constantly go back with my grandparents. That at this point, my grandparents were like, screw it, let's keep her. So Scout. Yeah, it's the Scout. No. Being like the older one. It is. And finally, there's Black Lab, who, of course, is the most mature of them. And of course, there's Japan, because of course, I have to go to Japan at some point. Japan. Where they run to another member. Where they run to like another party member who is sent by Interpol to help out with their mission. He's a samurai. He's a Japanese swordsman type character, and basically Audrey's like, "Wait, I thought gun possession. I thought you're not allowed to carry swords in Japan nowadays." Interpol will have an exception. And how they introduce is they find a yakuza who was actually tied to the terrorist organization. It turns out the terrorist was oh, I found. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else from the story I had planned. Oh, you're right. Yeah, so there's like one point where Audrey finds out Sean was suicidal. And that Audrey was like very worried about him, and that Sean temporarily leaves the party to get serious help. And basically, for a time, they actually like result in Sean like temporarily leaving the party. And Sean, he does get better. And then Audrey kind of gets this. And here's where some more plots, a big plot twist reveal that happens at the end, and pretty much sort of Jean, his mom died, and I was very depressed about it for almost his entire childhood. Pretty much made me found my grandparents, if I'll be honest. But that's where Audrey overhears a guy talking shit about autistic kids, and she beats the guy up, and Audrey's like, "What are you doing? He's not a terrorist." And turns out, big reveal, Audrey was autistic. And that's why she, and she never like had teachers aid or like any assistants at her school because she wanted to be raised normally. Not Paula, it wasn't Paula's idea, it was Audrey's. Climb up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about terrorist group, but turns out the terrorists are actually trying to find a secret weapon that was built in the St. Peter's Chapel, a giant nuclear missile launcher that will nuke. That's basically if I can't have it, no one will situation that the USSR had. Now nuke not only every major city on Earth, but even Moscow itself. I know the Russian government had nothing to do with it. And if it helps, the terrorists are actually from American. But it used to be just like a rogue, like mercenary company. And that's when they find the leader of the bitches, a man named Zeke. Zeke just this. I imagine Zeke looking kind of like Rodon from Bayonetta. But here's the real kicker. During Vi, he like does not break and actually surrenders for a bit, and it's revealed that he actually was go along. For one, he actually was friends with Audrey's. It turns out that Audrey's parents were actually members of the terrorist organization before they were terrorists, and were killed by their now leader, who was leader back then. And that Zeke actually knew Audrey when she was a child. Bought her like a toy mecha from an anime that was popular at the time, and what Audrey got into anime. May. Yeah, I already said Zeke was named after a dog I knew in my life, but it wasn't a dog that I had, but it was a dog my uncle had. My uncle had a dog named Zeke that... Wait, what? The ceiling? It seems true. Shavat was here before. Look around. Yeah, well, there are no marking. There are markings with something huge here. Oh yeah, is there comm code nearby? I don't see any, but Faye, look up! Something's collected in. It's gear. Gebler? From here is Shavat's territory. Many people have came in, but Saizbend, and I removed them. Wait a minute. I just wanted to get ready. There, you know, this gear looks kind of familiar. And yeah, I've already couldn't tell the little girl controlling this with her arm is meant to be reference to the anime series Giant Robo. And that's when Audrey... Basically thanks Zeke for what he did. For helping him. Because it turns out Zeke was trying to stop... Was only ordered... As well, the bitches were actually his team, and that... Basically, they were... I really don't know what the purpose bitches are. I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. Yeah, I feel like my only conclusion is rival and try and stop. Was to get on their leader's good side. Because one bad move, the leader would kill him. But yeah, as it turns out, the bitches are all. Basically, when they're doing the fight against Zeke. He nearly dies, but they end up like saving him because Audrey feel like someone back him was off the other members. He was merciful, but sadly, he ends up having to die. But a more heroic sacrifice kind of way. But basically, that's when like the final boss kicks in. Well, the boss rush. Basically, clones of the other member terrorists. And Everybody starts reflecting their past. And that's where I feel like how I want to make this final boss fight epic. Because if you learn from the Life Alive remake, only the remake, the best kind of way to make a finale is to have every party member involved. That's enough, Maria. Bring him in. Yes, Queen Zephyr. Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, I never really got the point of these guys. Yeah, Land Shivat. Alright, my name is Ria Balthazar. Balthazar. I heard that somewhere before. Oh. That's right! Oh man, Bal, the hermit! Akira's our little Bal's gear, Calamity. Calamity? That's the product my grandfather made. Do you know my grandpa? How is he now? I just happened to come across him in a cavern in the Albay's desert. I didn't know him that well, so old man Bal's grandfather. Him, I haven't seen him in the past few years. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find a place to save, because it's something I need to go to bed soon. Ooh! There's a state band. Spell other. Research Institute Solaris. This song! I don't know the name of this one, but I heard so. I'm sure everybody knows the disappointment that was the PlayStation Classic. It's fun when you mod the damn thing, and one of my favorite things I made my favorite thing are the themes, which really shows how great the Classic could have been. Yeah, he used me as hostage. They forced my father to continue his research. But he never showed his pain or sorrow in front of me. He always smiled and said, "Don't worry, Maria. Sabins will be by our side to protect you." 5 years ago, that day, I fell out of escape. That and pretty much just randomly killing people with a shotgun. He did that a lot. Yeah, for the time, I thought this was like a legit fan remix. But yeah, someone put this like Zeno made a bunch of themes for referencing other PS1 games. One of these themes was Xenogears, and this song is what they played. The song is called Flight, by the way. Well, a remixed version of it is called Flight. Yeah, it's kind of like the High Lithia from Xenoblade. Oh yeah. So, Fiery Joker made a top 10 worst villains list, and the number 10 spot was Lorithia. Comes to show how much nobody loves that character. Oh, yeah, they end into my idea for Red Art for Young Dreamers. Basically, the battle ends with Audrey finding out that the Tarot Slater. For one, I'm sure you guys all know that my favorite Fire Emblem archetype is the Camus. Basically, a guy that you can't fight against. Well, he kind of fills that role. Yeah, that kind of that dog thing there kind of reminds me of both Bond Man. But that's where. But back to the youngest. Basically, where the samurai character turns out to actually have been a spy for a terrorist organization, and that, but he never actually liked him very much. No, this. If Putis saw this, she'd probably. Putis and her friends are survivors. No pond, they aren't. Yeah, I just try and find a safe place. So I can go to bed. Please, where can I I mean, I was gonna see. Beginning. Ah, there's the save. I feel like a dumbass. Well, with that, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, subscribe, all that smexy stuff. See ya. Now I can play some pizza dough.